Another year, another video I talk about the TikTok trends I need to stop. I've been stuck in this TikTok war for years now, forced to make videos about stupid people, making stupid trends and doing stupid things, all for views and attention on TikTok. But I think it's time for another video.
Man. Woo, what a great way to start the video. Back in September 2024, there was a TikTok trend sparking up where people found an IRL infinite money glitch thanks to Chase's buggy ATMs. First of all, if you hear of an IRL infinite money glitch, do you think that's actually real? Common sense, at least my idea of common sense, is that no, this obviously sounds like a scam and you'll probably get in trouble trying to steal money from the bank, right? Well, apparently plenty of folks have partaken into this glitch. The glitch is basically checking fraud where people were able to withdraw thousands of dollars from Chase ATMs. People wrote themselves a huge fake check, deposited it into their own account before withdrawing all the cash out of the ATMs. And of course, there are plenty of people filming themselves committing this crime on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, what have you. Now, if there's one lesson that I want y'all to take from this video, it would be this. If you try to screw the bank will screw you. These motherfuckers will do everything in their power to get their money back, and they will. So when everyone rises in the morning after the weekend and check their bank accounts, oh man, they were
Well, they're gonna be, if they don't find themselves in legal trouble, they're going to be on the hook for a lot of money.
What a surprise! The bank took the money back. TikTok was soon flooded with people crying, bawling their eyes out on camera because their bank balances went into the negative thousands of dollars. Some users even claimed they wanted to sue the bank even though they were the ones to do this glitch, aka check fraud, which is a felony, by the way. And of course, there are plenty of TikTokers who would make little funny skits and videos making fun of people who use this glitch. Even the mainstream media news outlets caught wind of the Chase money glitch, warning users to not do the glitch. Even Chase Bank, after they fixed the glitch, they eventually wanted to sue 2 individuals and 2 businesses who abused the glitch. Remember the Cash App glitch? Yeah, this is a very similar glitch that happened back in 2023. Cash App basically allowed users to add whatever amount of money they wanted into their Cash App account. It was basically a glitch that spawned money from thin air. And just like with Chase, Cash App later fixed the glitch and withdrew all the money stolen from the balances of people who abused it. I'm sure y'all are smart enough to know this, but if you ever hear of an infinite money glitch on the internet, please, for the love of God, do not do this.
Galaxy gas. Let's get into it.
Consuming Galaxy gas was a trend on TikTok where many people filmed themselves huffing fruity flavored whippets. Of course, it's not a dumb TikTok trend without people filming themselves huffing nitrous oxide. And if you've been around the block, I'm sure y'all heard about huffing whippets, you know? Huffing nitrous is a very, very dangerous thing to do. You can experience significant brain damage if you continuously abuse nitrous oxide. So Galaxy gas is a huge problem because it's basically fruity flavored nitrous oxide with wacky and colorful packaging that attracts young people to use it. They have so many goddamn flavors: vanilla cupcake, blueberry mango, and tropical punch. It was an epidemic, not even just on TikTok. So many social media platforms had users posting themselves huffing Galaxy gas like a big ass baby bottle with wacky colors. Now, because of how popular the trend became on TikTok, there are a lot of people criticizing the company selling Galaxy gas. The owners know what Galaxy gas is actually used for. It's really obvious that they're trying to sell nitrous oxide to young kids. And the company tried to deflect blame by saying that, oh, we put labels and warnings all over our packaging and stuff, you know, telling people not to abuse it. And the company also said that the Galaxy gas was only meant to be used for food consumption. You'd basically use the nitrous oxide to make flavored whipped cream, making cocktails and all that. And let's be honest with ourselves. Do you really think Galaxy gas was only meant for food? And another point of criticism for Galaxy gas was just how easy it is to get. You can literally just go into a Walmart or any smoke shop and just buy a huge tank of nitrous oxide. Because of how popular Galaxy gas was on TikTok, it caught the attention of mainstream media outlets again, fear-mongering amongst parents that kids are now huffing fruit punch flavored nitrous oxide. It seems that the negative attention has really caught up to Galaxy Gas because they soon later delisted all their flavored nitrous oxides off their website. You cannot buy Galaxy Gas anymore. There are plenty of knockoffs where a whole bunch of other black market companies recreated flavored nitrous oxide, and those are very easy to get. You just walk into a smoke shop, you look 18 enough, you just get it and go on your merry way. One easy way to get on videos like mine where I talk about dumb TikTok trends is to sacrifice your health for the sake of beauty. There's been a trend going on in the TikTok tanning community where influencers are advocating for high UV index tanning. Now, the UV index is basically a measurement of how strong the sun's ultraviolet radiation is during a particular time and area. Generally, a UV index of around 6 could increase the chances of you getting sunburnt, especially if you don't use sunblock. However, these influencers have misconstrued the UV index into basically thinking bigger number equals faster tan. TikTokers would show themselves getting burnt into a crisp under Satan's asshole. Most of them would try to cope with the fact that they may have skin cancer with this little dinky app called Raise. It's like some sort of tanning tracking app where it used AI to analyze the skin tone and like tell the user what kind of UV index you need to get the perfect tan. There are so many people on TikTok who would sunbathe in UV indexes of up to 11, 12, 13. I've seen videos where they went up to 15. Sunbathing in high UV can also put you at risk of getting skin cancer and premature aging. And you know me, I don't want no cancer. Okay, Smart Schoolboy 9, a very controversial Instagram account that you may or may not have heard of if you've been online this past year. And they are controversial because of their very disturbing content involving children. The account was first discovered with a whole bunch of other Instagram accounts, Truth611 and Girl Chloe 12, where the user would pose as children and have these really, really strange and disturbing posts of kids. Truth611 is an Instagram account supposedly ran by a mother and their young son who goes to school, and they basically call out predators online.
So that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And would also showcase photos of their son. The son looks like a freakazoid, and it's pretty ironic that this account would call out predators, as you'll see soon. Now, the other account supposedly ran by the same user is Girl Chloe 12, which again impersonates a child on Instagram, supposedly a 12-year-old girl talking about, you know, young girl things, just girly things they do. And again, they would also call out predators on Instagram, like Truth611. The user that runs these two accounts is very obsessed with kids wearing these high-heeled boots. They always Photoshop these weird AI generated faces on top of real pictures of real kids. Now, let's get to the most infamous account, Smart Schoolboy 9. Now, the reason why it's become so infamous is because they post videos of the user in real life. This account has so many videos and pictures of this guy wearing the same high-heeled boots that he was so obsessed with in the previous two accounts, and he would always wear this purely white makeup age roleplay where he pretends to be a schoolboy, and he'd also make these weird squelching noises with their tongue. There were even videos of them walking around in public in broad daylight. Now, these Instagram accounts became widely known on the internet thanks to popular YouTube videos, such as the ones from Nick Crowley and Nexpo. Because of how popular they became on TikTok, you already know that a whole bunch of TikTokers decided to hark in on the trend, you know, such as Smart Schoolboy 9 Evil Jerk Beat, Smart Schoolboy 9 in Roblox. Some people even dressed up as him on Halloween. Because of the absolute disgusting and disturbing content this dude's been making on Instagram, many people online started investigating him with allegations that they might be a PDF file. Internet, and by internet I mean just Reddit detectives, soon later found out the real guy's identity. So he goes by the name of David, allegedly, and he lives in the UK. According to the Reddit post made on r/Smart Schoolboy 9, the user's Facebook page featured posts suggesting that they may have age dysmorphia and was raised in the Worldwide Church of God. And apparently they also have conservative nostalgia, whatever the hell that means. Also on the same subreddit, people discovered the house that he's been filming at. Now, the Redditors have informed the police about his online activities, and they soon later started their own investigation into the matter to see whether or not he's actually a PDF file. I'm just kidding. They ain't doing shit. In a statement to Deserto, a spokesperson for South Yorkshire Police said, "We can neither confirm nor deny the name of a person who may or may not be or may have been the subject of a South Yorkshire police investigation." I guess all the effort that these Redditors put into in this investigation was pretty much in vain. And let's not say that these internet investigations are perfect too. The Smart Schoolboy 9 subreddit was banned back in November 2024. Now, according to Reddit, apparently the subreddit was banned because of a violation of Reddit's content policy against harassing content. So what happened to Smart Schoolboy 9? I have no goddamn idea. The dude's probably on the run because of all the online fame that he's garnered. Hasn't posted on any of his Instagram accounts. I mean, he couldn't upload anything anyway because they were banned, so.
Bed rotting is a trend where you just kind of enjoy the time that you have.
So bed rotting is the act of laying in your bed all day, doing nothing except for just mindlessly watching YouTube or TikTok, maybe a TV show, and even just eating your lunch and dinner in bed. You know, just spending the entire day doing nothing. And with everything in life, you gotta do things in moderation. If you just spend just one day just laying around in bed, not really doing anything, nothing wrong with that. Hell, yes, you could be bed rotting as you watch this video, and there's nothing wrong with that.
In moderation.
While bed rotting could be sort of like a nice relaxing thing to do in the short term, if you continue to rot in bed for, let's say, like a week straight, there's probably some issues that you need to address. Well, this is another TikTok trend where influencers basically glamorize depression. Bed rotting has become this kind of
Ooh, cutesy. Oh, kawaii ne.
kind of trend where if you have some downtime that you just do bed rotting, you know, just laying around like,
Oh, I'm so EP. I just want to lay with my cat and watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
a lot of influencers have forgot about the rotting part. Plenty of people on TikTok and other social media platforms that have criticized the trend's popularity and these out-of-touch influencers. People who have clinical depression or anxiety tend to bed rot. Staying in bed all day doing nothing just reinforces the vicious cycle of depression. Many TikTok users have used the trend as an opportunity to share their experiences in regards to depression. We just need to change bed rotting as a term into like something else. What happened to just calling it staying in bed all day or resting in bed? Why the hell does everything gotta have some catchphrase, you know, SEO eye-popping catchphrase, and everything's gotta have rot in it? Rot, rot, rot. Goddamn rot this, rot that. Now, as a segue from bed rotting, we got these Asian garbage house influencers who have been getting really popular on TikTok, mostly because of their unique lifestyle. The trend was mostly popularized on TikTok and with YouTube videos, such as this video from Edvasion, which garnered 1.3 million views. We got videos of dudes eating moldy-ass fried rice and moldy-ass meat, videos of girls showing off their absolutely hoarded as shit bedrooms and apartments, flies and bugs flying around the place and such. Now you're probably thinking, why is this such a popular trend amongst Asian content creators? Now I believe one of the main reasons on why there's so many people like this is because of their respective work cultures. The work cultures in most of these Asian countries is very grueling, suffice to say. For example, we got China's 996 work culture, where basically young people are expected to work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, which is working 12 hours a day. A bunch of Chinese billionaires such as Jack Ma support this idea because it's basically the reason why he's rich. He probably forced all of his workers to work this insane, grueling schedule. Japan is also well known for their strenuous work culture. Many Japanese employees are expected to work long hours and show absolute devotion to their company. Despite this strenuous work culture, Japan has always ranked the lowest in labor productivity among the G7 nations. And of course, South Korea, which is a literal capitalist dystopian hellhole where many young people are basically conditioned into thinking that they have to work for the megacorps that run the entire country, aka just Samsung. And this is not the first time this sort of trend has become popular on the internet. Hikikomori used to describe people who totally withdraw themselves from society has been a popular topic on the internet thanks to viral YouTube videos documenting people who live that lifestyle. You also got NEETs, which is an acronym meaning not in education, employment, or training. And you'll also notice that one of these popular garbage influencers dressed themselves in the Jedi K fashion style. The literal translation of Jedi K is landmine girl. Yeah, so this is a Japanese derogatory term against women who are mentally unstable to the point where they experience violent mental breakdowns. Back in 2024, TikTok search had a huge goddamn problem. Every time I put some word in the search term and just want to look for a specific video, there's always girls shaking their asses in the search results. I have no goddamn clue on why the search is so fucked up. You can literally search anything on TikTok search, they will always show up. I don't mind seeing some girls shaking some booty, but if I'm trying to search up like pretty nature videos or something,
That's not what I wanted.
and people on TikTok have noticed this glitch, I don't know, and they would look up random terms to see what the platform brings them. They've literally searched up glass cleaner, books, nature, literally Jesus Christ, and they all show girls shaking a booty. Let's check to see if this is still a problem right now. I'm gonna load up TikTok on my phone right now and see what the search brings me. Let's look up forests. Let's see, anything juicy? Oh, I think they might have fixed it. I think they might have fixed it. Well, would you look at that? Oh, we got this one girl on the forest search, and she's kind of like caked up. That's kind of insane. Let's look up cars. I think cars is okay too. Let's use glass cleaner. Oh, there's one censored one. I wonder what the hell that is. Glass cleaner, glass cleaner. Oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? We got some mixed results. Brain rot. I'm sure you've probably heard of the term a lot these days on the internet, on TikTok and such. And brain rot refers to anything that's like low quality on the internet. And they say that if you were to watch these videos, it could cause negative psychological and cognitive effects, rotting your brain, as you'd say. And the term has also been applied to people who have their eyes glued on TikTok 24/7. Most of the brain rot content you can find on TikTok are just these nonsensical memes and other random shit because, you know, random equals funny, especially trends that are enjoyed by Gen Alpha kids. Back at it again, watching memes on their crusty iPads that have the case with the legs on it. They be watching like Skibbity Toilet Riz, Yat Vam Tags, Delulu, TikTok Riz parties, Freddy Fazbear Pizza Hut. This is probably the reason why kids can't read these days. It really is that damn phone. Now, the term itself has been around on the internet for quite a while, but it did reach its peak in 2024 on TikTok. Now, many users would joke about having brain rot and experiencing brain rot.
This brain rot vocab has completely integrated, infused into my vocabulary. Like, I can't even say like, oh my god, I have to say oh my god, and I can't say damn, I have to say god damn.
And as I mentioned earlier, the term has been transformed to refer to kids consuming the skibbity riz, what the sigma content. People are worried that these kind of videos and internet memes are making kids stupider. Brain rot has become a popular term amongst my generation, Gen Zers and Gen Alpha kids, you know, despite us being the ones responsible for making the brain rot content in the first place. Don't get brain rot. I don't want to be 60 with brain rot brain, be like, oh yeah, you know, skibbity. Any new parents watching this video, be sure to monitor what your kids are watching on their iPads. They're only 3 years old, you know, they can't be watching that. They need to be watching little Einsteins or something, you know.
Here are 5 benefits of a carnivore diet.
This trend itself has been around for a while, but recently got popular again on TikTok back in 2024. Now, the carnivore diet, I'm sure, is pretty self-explanatory. You eat a lot of meat. You eat a ton of eggs, and some people even eat literal bricks of butter straight up. Now, these influencers claim that going on a meat-only diet gave them health benefits such as weight loss, body odor disappears, brain fog gone.
My skin is so smooth.
So on and so forth, probably cures cancer. Now, if you were to believe these influencers, it seems like this diet is like God's gift to humanity. Yeah, of course, people would first experience weight loss when they first start this diet, but it's probably more because of them cutting out any carbs and refined sugars that they eat. What are the dangers of a carnivore-only diet? Let's see, you probably shit rocks. This diet is absolutely devoid of any fiber. No fruit or veggies for you, Jimbo. High amounts of bad cholesterol and saturated fat because they're literally eating sticks of butter as a snack. That's just a heart attack or a stroke waiting to happen. time. There's also the environmental impact of this diet, because most carnivore dietists, they always showcase themselves eating steak every day. Raising cows produces a huge amount of greenhouse gases, which cause climate change on Earth. Personally, with my health record, if I were to go on this carnivore only diet, eating sticks of butter down my throat, I'd probably die at the age of 30. But hey, different strokes for different folks, and I'm not talking about grandma in the corner with half her face drooping. If these influencers were to be believed, I guess this diet helped them out and such. Good for them, but I don't believe them. Always talk to your doctor about this. Don't believe in internet influencers for your health. That's such a stupid thing.
Poopy poopy out my ass. One poo, two poo, red poo, blue.
Ice Spice is so Ice Spice has a lot of songs where she talks about being the shit and farting, being Lil Miss Poopy and such, and many TikTok users have taken note of that. And to prove that point, let's have a look at some of the bars Miss Spice has spat out in regards to being the poopy. Think you're the shit, bitch. You're not even the fart, grah. I be going hard, grah. Big knock like I'm not a big fighter, grah. Big ice, I don't need a rider, like. Her man calling me baby, grah. I'm Miss Poopy like I need a diaper. I love white bitches, like shout out to Lucy. If she bad, then I let her seduce me. Damn. I'm the shit, I'm that bitch, I'm Miss Poopy. I'm sure reading off those bars can give off that impression. And because of these bars, plenty of TikTokers have made videos, sharing their thoughts on whether or not Ice Spice may have one. Ice Spice herself has responded to these rumors. At this point, we gotta ask if she got a cause what is with the poop, diaper, and fart bars? Please, I got shitting on bitches. So does Ice Spice have a
I don't fucking know.
Got it. Presents to you the Downfall of Diddy.
The Downfall of
Diddy.
I'm sure y'all have heard about what's going on with Diddy, as this was hot news when this dropped. Diddy was accused of a whole bunch of terrible things: trafficking, racketeering, grape without the G, substance facilitated essay, and child essay. And that's not all the accusations that he has against him. Read through his Wikipedia page and see all the terrible shit he's done. So Diddy was later arrested back in September 2024 following a federal investigation. Now, news media outlets soon revealed the details of what Diddy did, and it is so fucking insane. Possessing 1,000 bottles of baby oil for his substance-fueled freak-offs, Diddy's downfall sparked a whole bunch of memes and internet jokes, especially on TikTok.
Just came back from one of the Diddy parties, Shen. You should have been there. It was dick and balls everywhere, Shen. Word is full.
5-9 Ted Diddy's. Or go ball. 5-9 Ted Diddy's. You ain't say he had to be there.
We got people making videos joking about the thousands of bottles of baby oil he possessed. We even got this white couple on TikTok who dressed up as Diddy and a bottle of baby oil. We also got No Diddy.
I had the pants, eh? No Diddy.
You saying No Diddy? Just saying Diddy instead of pause.
On October 10th, 2024, a federal judge set Diddy's court date to May 5th, 2025. We have yet to see the true downfall of Diddy.
It's easier to be Miles flirting with Gwen when I'm looking at Haley.
This is one of the most hilarious yet most tragic things that have happened on TikTok. So Shamiek Moore, if you don't know, is the voice actor for Miles Morales in the animated Spider-Verse movies. And all the clowning began when his co-star, Haley Steinfeld, the VA for Spider-Verse's Gwen Stacy, announced on Instagram that she was getting engaged with Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Now, this prompted Shamiek Moore to make this tweet: "There's still more people to meet, more opportunities to come, and more chances to try. Live, learn, apply." A very strange and cryptic tweet, might I say, Mr. Moore. So this led to many TikTok users connecting the dots, and they figured out that Shamiek was probably talking about Haley Steinfeld's engagement announcement. And this led to many jokes and memes on TikTok and other social media platforms claiming Shamiek Moore ain't got the spider riz to hook up with his Gwen Stacy. Tom Holland and Zendaya, they recently got engaged. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were dating when they were filming the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Even Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst had a brief stint when they were making the Sam Raimi trilogy. Many people also reviewed interviews with Shamiek Moore and Haley Steinfeld when they were promoting the Spider-Verse movies. Oh, it is so hard to watch now. Oh, poor old Shamiek.
It's easier to be Miles flirting with Gwen when I'm looking at Haley.
You're looking at her, right?
I was very happy to work with Haley. It's easier looking at Haley than being Miles trying to get to Gwen, you know what I mean?
Shamiek made a response on Twitter after the whole meme became popular.
Y'all been twisting my words and fucking with my name for years now.
However, it
doesn't end here.
Because Shamiek would later make another tweet where he showcased a video of himself posing with actress Laura Harrier, who played Liz in Spider-Man Homecoming. So he's kind of implying that she's eyeing her as his potential spider mate. Yeah, that tweet backfired the hell out of Shamiek because Laura Harrier herself would later make a TikTok basically calling him a weirdo and telling him to delete his tweet.
That was taken a year ago at a party when somebody asked us to take photos together, and I guess somebody was filming it. Not sure why you would post that now. Also, I'm literally getting married, and I don't like this insinuation that there's something going on between us, if that was your intention. You're just weird. You're a weirdo. I'm sorry. You're a weirdo.
The Fumbleverse, bro's in the wrong timeline. He's the where my hug at guy.
Rejection verse.
He can't fumble because he never had the ball.
Shamiek Moore, the first dude to ever get no motion from being Spider-Man.
IDK man, if I posted a picture with the most beautiful woman in the world and she had to make a TikTok video to explain that she doesn't fuck with me, I'd go into hiding.
Shamiek Moore, I'm so sorry, dog, but I would never recover from this.
Well, that's the tale of Shamiek being stuck in the wrong universe. This better not fuck up the third Spider-Verse movie. In New York! Okay, so this is a very tragic tale I wanted to share with y'all. World of T-Shirts is a TikTok account run by Joshua Block, and it's named after his online t-shirt store that he's been running since March 2017. You know, I wonder how much revenue he made off of that. Anyways, back to his TikTok account. He started gaining popularity back in 2020, making innocent TikToks like funny comedy skits, and he would review some food. He would also do reaction videos to other viral TikToks. His most popular TikToks, even as of now, are him going around in New York City singing "In New York, concrete jungle where things are made of." He even paid for a Times Square billboard showcasing himself dancing and advertising his TikTok. Because of his TikToks of him singing for his love of New York and everything, he started to gain a good following. The main point of this entry is that he soon later pivoted his TikTok content from making funny skits and whatnot to him getting drunk as shit. Ever since Josh became 21 back in August 2022, he started heavily drinking, filming himself getting wasted every day on TikTok. He always constantly filmed himself drinking twisted teas on the subway and is always hanging out at bars tanking vodka shots. Everyone in his comments and in his community became immediately concerned for his health because he's been drinking every day on his TikTok. Unfortunately, there are some people who encourage him to continue his drinking, and he also soon started hanging out with people such as Mr. Based and Michael Quinn, literal vultures who are exploiting him to get drunk as hell so that they can get their own views and attention on their own personal accounts. Lowest of the low scumbags, by the way. Because of the heavy drinking Josh has been doing, he started to act more aggressively and erratically. There are plenty of videos of Joshua crashing out in public, screaming at other people at the top of his lungs.
I'll you! I'm from Brownsville! I'll beat you up! Shut the up! I'll you! God.
He's also gone to legal trouble. On January 2024, Josh was arrested by the NYPD for subway surfing, and I'm sure all the angry outbursts he does in public will probably land him in more legal trouble in the future. Joshua still makes videos on TikTok, just filming himself drinking tons of alcohol. It's been almost 3 years since he's started heavily drinking, and honestly, if he keeps his habit up, I'm afraid he's not gonna last that long, and I hope Josh can get the help he deserves. Frankie Valli is an American singer who's best known as the frontman for the Four Seasons. He and the Four Seasons made hit songs such as Sherry, Can't Take My Eyes Off You, Grease, and Begging. So why in the hell am I talking about a popular music star back in the 60s? Well, he's in this video because it turns out he's still performing live concerts in Vegas in the big 2024. The dude is 90 years old and he looks like a fucking FNAF animatronic.
Is it bad that I thought he was animatronic?
Let the man go to sleep.
Till you're 90.
I had a Furby that looked like him.
Not one blink was blunt.
Get this man into Congress immediately!
Imagine you enter a staring contest and your opponent is Frank Valli.
Why not say Frank Valli?
I remember when I suddenly got clips of his concert on my For You page. I swear to God, he looked like an animatronic. I thought he was like a Disney animatronic. Of course, many TikTokers have tried to recreate his iconic soulless death stare. And because of the virality of all his clips and everything, it raises an important question. Why in the hell is he still performing concerts, man? He should be in his retirement home watching Days of Our Lives. Does he have a gambling debt? Is he Jay Leno who so happened to fall off a hill at the Hampton Inn? Why can't they let my homeboy retire? Ever been scrolling through TikTok on your For You page, just watching some funny shit, you know, enjoying your day and everything? All of a sudden, you get an advertisement for some random ass product you don't know about. Looks a little cheap and everything. See that little orange icon on the bottom? Oh, probably just an ad. I'm just gonna scroll away and, you know, keep going on my day. And then you get another one. And you get another one. And then another one. And another one. And another one.
And another one. And another one.
What the hell is happening? Why is my For You page filled with people advertising drugs? Welcome to the new age of TikTok, where the algorithm just spoon feeds you every product, advertisement, sponsorship, whatever the hell. Funniest part is, this isn't even on the dedicated shop page that the developers made. This is on my For You page where I expect funny things to happen. It seems that TikTok has copied some of Temu's and Etsy's homework. They're letting all these influencers do all the advertising for manufacturers that just pump out cheap products made by some Chinese sweatshop. It's time to talk about the drop shipping trend. It's a new, hip, cool way to get rich quick online. So drop shipping, you basically have some seller, manufacturer, whatever. They got some cheap product they want to sell, right? So instead of doing the marketing themselves, they basically let TikTok and its influencers accept customer orders and do the advertising for them. And those orders, once they're completed, they're sent back to the manufacturer, which is then fulfilled. These influencers are basically the salesperson, leveraging their audience to sell whatever crap they're meant to sell on the market so you get that sweet 5% commission rate. TikTok has streamlined the process to the point where they basically just gamified the idea of drop shipping. You literally got side quests to like hit certain goals, you know, do certain amount of posts, certain amount of live streams and whatnot, just so you can get an extra $50 bonus as your reward. Did I mention what they're actually trying to sell? Office chairs, vacuums, electric razors to shave your pussy, pillows, a massage gun, electric breath spray, what the a heater with a fake ass fireplace. And the worst part is they don't even tell you that they're sponsored. Most of the times they just neglect to tell you at all, and they just say that they're doing a review of a product they so happen to like. Never mention they got it for free. Never mention that they're in cahoots with the manufacturer, besides them telling you to click on the little orange icon on the bottom of the screen to buy their shit.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tuah.
How can I not talk about one of the biggest memes to come out of 2024?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tuah. You gotta spit on that thing.
Hawk Tuah is a meme originated from a YouTube video created by Tim and DTV, where they went around Nashville, Tennessee, asking people, what makes you wifey material? Soon they ran into Haley Welch, who actually asked them to spice up the question, which resulted in the interviewer asking, what's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time? Soon the channel would later repost that moment onto TikTok, and you can say the rest is history. Hawk Tuah this, Hawk Tuah that. The video received millions of views on TikTok and YouTube, spawning memes and remakes and remixes of the audio, and Haley Welch soon gained the moniker of
Hawk Tuah girl.
When first talking about this meme, I feel like there's two specific eras. We got the first era, where it's like the unironic era. Everyone's just saying Hawk Tuah, spit on that thing, because they genuinely think it's one of the funniest things they've heard in their life.
Sword for more Hawk Tuah! Hawk Tuah, baby. Spit on that thing. Hawk Tuah. That's all I can say.
And we also got memes such as,
if she don't want to hawk Tuah, I don't want to talk to her.
But then I want to get to the second era of the meme, the ironic phase, where we got all the Gen Zers, the millennials, and Gen Alpha getting caught up on the hawk Tuah, kind of akin to brain rot, as I mentioned earlier.
Holy hawk Tuah. I've like created like this new word, holy hawk Tuah. Like now I'm just like responding to people with holy hawk Tuah.
Hawk 1.
What you wanna eat?
Hawk 2. We also got people bemoaning the idea that the next Borderlands game might have a weapon called the Hawk 2A. Now, if it's one thing I gotta give Welch credit for is that she milked the hell out of this moment. After seeing so many unofficial vendors hawking the Tuah merch, she decided to take matters to her hands. Twitter account, Instagram account, TikTok account, all gaining a considerable social media following, started selling official Hawk Tuah merch. Of course, she made the Talk Tuah podcast. Every goddamn celebrity needs to have a podcast nowadays, to which she had guests including Whitney Cummings, JoJo Siwa, Mark Cuban, and Jake Paul. However, it seems that her 15 minutes of fame is almost up. One of the hottest trends of any internet celebrity that's losing their fame is to pull a crypto scheme. So she partnered up with a bunch of crypto bros and made the Hawk coin. Now, the main problem with these meme coins and any celebrity endorsed cryptocurrency is that they're probably just doing a pump and dump scheme. So a pump and dump is basically a scam where it involves artificially inflating the price of the Hawk coin, which is done with Haley Welch like hyping up her coin on social media. Fans and her audience would start buying the Hawk coin. Once all the Hawk coins started getting bought up, the price goes up and up and up. Here's where the dump part comes in. Once the price is high enough to their satisfaction, they will just sell all of their Hawk coins they had in their inventory, immediately like flatlining the coin, because you just get a sudden influx, thousands and thousands of coins coming into the market. That's going to reduce the price, but they were able to sell all those coins at the inflated price, so they made millions of dollars pulling this scheme. And the worst part is, if you, just some random common fan, so happen to own Hawk coin, now that Hawk coin is basically
worthless.
I'm down around $20,000 right now on the Hawk token. I really hope that Haley Welch can provide us with some roadmap updates or something. I, for one, am completely shocked and surprised by the way this turned out. Please send help ASAP. So Hawkcoin's pump and dump scheme sparked a huge controversy on the internet, and there's plenty of notable YouTubers such as CoffeeZilla and Moist Critical who have made videos exposing the scam. Hawk Tuah Girl even later dropped a response claiming that her team hadn't sold any of their tokens.
Please
do not fall for any cryptocurrencies endorsed by any internet celebrity. After the entire crypto scandal, she did leave a tweet later on in December. I take this situation extremely seriously and want to address my fans, the investors who have been affected, and the broader community. I am fully cooperating with and committed to assisting the legal team representing the individuals impacted, as well as to help uncover the truth, hold the responsible parties accountable, and resolve this matter. After the entire crypto scandal, Haley Welch is completely radio silent. No Talk Tuah podcast, no Twitter posts, nothing. As of now, she hasn't returned to her social media, so I guess it's time for her to get a new career.